Hello guys, and welcome to my little home nursery. This is my office. Um, this is pretty much where I start the majority of my seedlings and plants off. Also do a large scale of my propagation in this section. And then once the plants are big enough, they get moved out to the garden or out to fields or wherever they are needed, or they get out to the people that consign me to do the propagations. Now, today I just wanted to have a look at one of my personal favorite plants, and that, of course, is the basil. Absolutely a wonderful herb to have around the house. Great in salads, great in stews. Right, so the first thing that I wanted to show you was the difference here in leaves. Now, I have just taken these leaves off of this plant, and as you can see, they are nice and plump. They are very aromatic, and they are ready to eat, whereas this plant has a very hard, coarse leaf, not as great for eating. And the reason for this is, despite the fact that both these plants is the same age, they got the same amount of love, is that this one was recently flowering. Now I have taken the flowers off of it, meaning that this one, the leaves would start replumping again very, very shortly, in a question of a few days. This one is just starting to flower, so you can take those off as soon as you see them. Now, basil simply loves to be pruning. Wherever you are harvesting the leaves off, very shortly after you'll see new sprouts of leaves happening there. Okay, so as you can see, I am using a lot of plastic here, but let me reassure you that everything on the farm, nothing here is single-purpose plastic. Like, everything is pretty much recycled, reused. These bags are all from a very large nursery that does agri propagations. And these are their discarded bags that I am reusing. I go and collect them and I reuse them, and they'll just get reused inevitably instead of just ending up on a garbage pile. Now, first of all, if you want to be propagating basil, what you need to do is you're going to need to find a nice long stick, about 10 centimeters, cut that at a 45-degree angle. If there's any leaves at the base of the stem, you're going to remove that, and then simply, and here's another one of my little recycling projects, these are old juice bottles that has outlived their uses. The tops are now being used as slow release water funnels in the garden, whereas the bottoms I use to propagate my herbs. Yeah, you can see some mint as well. Now, the mint is done in exactly the same fashion as the basil. So what you do is, once you've cut that off, you're simply going to stick it into some water and let it stand for a few weeks. You can check on this, and as soon as you see that the leaves are at a nice, strong, sturdy length, you can simply then put that back into the ground, and voila, you've got a new basil plant. It is pretty much as simple as that. And this, then, in a few weeks, I would have more plants about the same size as these, that are ready to go out to the garden. These would not bush out too much. They would stay more or less the same size, maybe branch out a little bit more, but as soon as you put them in the garden, they'll turn into a nice basil perennial shrub. The same thing with the mint. You're just going to put it into the vase. You'll even see new growth starting from the root stems, as well as nice roots. Now, this one, you can see, can still, it can stay a little bit longer. I think there's still a little bit of root forming that needs to be done. And then what you're going to be end up with is, from the stick that you got, is a nice little basil plant. And you can just keep that wet it thoroughly once you planted it out, and then after that just gradually wet it daily for the first week or so, and then you can go over to watering it weekly. And voila, basil ready to be put out. A spider, no spider, bad spider, fly spider. Got nice basil to put out in your garden, and it's like that with a lot of your perennial herbs. So Propagating, I think, has got a bad rep, when in fact it is so simple. And the best part is no rooting hormones, no rooting powder, none of that is necessary when it comes to propagating your herbs. All you will need is a container with some water, and Bob's your uncle.